Hello students, welcome to the video lecture class of HMFA. We are continuing with the first chapter. Here in this video, we will going to study about the calculation of work done by the jet, efficiency of jet and drawing of velocity diagram of the Pelton wheel. In case of Pelton wheel turbine, the blade is known as your bucket. This is the top view of the bucket. The bucket consists of two hemispherical cups or bowl. These two hemispherical surfaces or bowl are attached with each other at a section that is known as a splitter. You will see this is the side view of the bucket. We have seen that the two hemispherical curved plates are there, and these two curved hemispherical surfaces are attached at the middle part. This middle part is known as your splitter. The jet of water is striking at this splitter. As shown in the diagram, we are having this is the flow of water. The flow lines are suggesting that the flow lines after striking the splitter, they are moving along the two hemispherical surface, along the top side and along the bottom side. The splitter is the inlet tip of the bucket, and the water leaves the blade at the outer edges of the bucket. There are two types of velocity diagram will be drawn at the inlet splitter, and at the outer edge it will be your outer velocity triangle. So inlet velocity triangle will be drawn at the splitter, outlet velocity triangle will be drawn at the outlet. As we know that velocity diagram is nothing but that is the triangle suggesting the diagrammatic representation of velocity of jet, velocity of blade and relative velocity concept. Similarly, we have to show the diagram of velocity triangle at inlet and outlet respectively. As shown in the diagram, the jet of water is striking at the splitter. As the name indicates that it is splitter. Splitter means it splits the water of jet into two parts, and the parts of jet will be gliding over the internal surface of the hemispherical surface and comes out at their outer edges. These arrow marks are suggesting that the leaving of jet of water from the core plate. After the striking of the water at the splitter, the blade may be deflected at some angle. So we have to draw the velocity diagram. The turbine is mounted upon the shaft along a horizontal direction. So we have to calculate the velocity of blade along the horizontal direction as shown in the arrow mark u. U is the velocity of blade along the horizontal direction. The jet velocity is also along the horizontal direction. It is striking upon the splitter. So the line will be lie upon the line of velocity of blade. Now here this is the side view of a hemispherical curved blade. You have seen that the jet velocity is lie on the horizontal line. V1 is the velocity of jet. Initially there is a line u for the velocity of blade, we know that Vr, that is your relative velocity. Relative velocity is nothing but that is the velocity with which the water enters through the hemispherical internal surfaces. As the z velocity line is along the horizontal, so the angle made by the jet is 0 degree. So while the relative velocity making an angle of theta and also it is along the horizontal direction, so theta is equal to 0 degree. The V1 jet is along the horizontal direction. While it is moving at an angle, during that time we have already studied that it is having two types of component. One is horizontal component, another is your vertical component. The horizontal component is VW2 or VW1 at inlet and outlet. So at the inlet, the V1 horizontal component is VW1. So as the line V1 is horizontal, so total VW1 will be as V1. V1 is nothing but that is the velocity of jet at inlet. So at the splitter we are having a line, that line suggesting that is the velocity triangle at the inlet. After the water striking the splitter, the water splits into the two hemispherical surfaces. So now this hemispherical intersurface can be extended so that we can getting the relative velocity of water at the outlet. Already you know that the horizontal line is the line comes from the horizontal velocity of the water. Now the horizontal line is intersecting by the VR2, that is your relative velocity at the outlet, and it is making an angle of phi. The V2, the jet velocity, is deflected by an angle of beta at the outlet, and it is also intersecting the horizontal line. Now we know that if there are two vectors are simultaneously acting at the tip, during that time the third side will be the closing one taken in opposite order. So VR2 and V2, the difference between from this VR2 line intersection point and V2 line intersection point gives us the velocity of blade, that is U2, that is velocity of blade at outlet. The V2 line is making angle of beta and it is at an angle, hence we are getting the two values, one is Vf2, another is your Vw2. Vf2 is your vertical component, Vw is equal to your horizontal component. The Vw1 and Vw2, these are the whirling component of the velocity of jet of water. This whirling component of velocity of jet of water causing the movement of the blade. So at inlet it is Vw1, at outlet it is Vw2. So now we have to study some of the points, that is V1 is equal to Cv into 2gh root over. Already you have studied in fluid mechanics. Velocity will be equal to coefficient of velocity into velocity at outlet. So Cv into 2gh root over, where h is known as your net head. Net head means what is the actual energy of water to that of the weight of water, that is your head of water entering the from the nozzle to that of the blade unit. If d is the diameter of the blade, then velocity of blade will be equal to pi d n by 60, where n is the speed of shaft in RPM. Now V1 from the line inlet triangle, we are having V1 is equal to VW1. Relative velocity is nothing but that is the difference between velocity of jet and velocity of blade, that is V1 minus U1. But V1 is equal to VW1, so directly we have written VR1 is equal to VW1 minus U1. Alpha degree 0, theta is 0 degree. Now from the velocity triangle at outlet, so already the buckets are having smooth surface or they are finished with smooth surface, hence the velocity with which the water is striking at the splitter, that will be followed by the same value at the outlet. So VR1 is equal to VR2. From the triangle we are having VR2 cos phi minus U2 is equal to VW2. How to get that? So this is the triangle. We have to find out the value of VW2. Now how to find out? So this VR2 triangle VF VR2 is equal to your H and this is your B. So cos phi is equal to B by H. So B by H cos phi is equal to VW2 divided by VR2. Now VW2 is equal to VR2 and minus U2. This is the value you have to obtain. So now VW2 is equal to VR2 cos phi minus U2. In the earlier case, we have already studied in case of impact jet that the force exerted by jet of water in the direction of motion is given by Fx is equal to mass of water striking per second into initial velocity minus final velocity. So now rho a V1 VW1 plus VW2. If you are going to find out work done, then force into velocity of blade. Now rho a V1 VW1 plus VW2 into velocity of blade. The power given to the runner, that means runner power, is equal to work done by the jet, and that is equal to rho a V1 VW1 plus VW2 into U divided by 1000. The work done per unit weight of the water. So work done is equal to rho a V1 VW1 plus VW2 into U divided by weight of water, means that is equal to mass into acceleration. So mass into acceleration by time, means that is rate of flow of water into G. So rho a V1 into G. So we are getting finally 1 by G VW1 plus VW2 into U. In earlier case, hydraulic efficiency is nothing but that is the ratio of work done per second divided by kinetic energy per jet of water. So now work done per second is equal to rho a V1 VW1 plus VW2 into U. Kinetic energy means mass of water striking per second into velocity square. So mass of water striking per second, earlier we are having rho a V1 into V1 square. So here rho a V1 and rho a V1 cancel out. So that is VW1 plus VW2 into U is divided by 1 by 2 V1 square. So now this is equal to hydraulic efficiency. But in case of Pelton wheel turbine, we have to remember some of the formulas, that is number of jet for a runner is equal to Z, and that is the formula 15 plus capital D by 2D, where capital D is known as a diameter, mean diameter of bucket, and small d is equal to your diameter of the nozzle. Jet ratio means that is denoted by symbol M, that is the ratio of diameter of bucket divided by diameter of nozzle. Now another formula we have to remember, flow ratio. Flow ratio means what is the ratio of velocity of blade to that